Quran and Hadith. Sheikh Dabo also said that knowledge gained from learning and teaching the Quran does not only purify the soul, but also strengthen faith, thus instilling good morals in the individual. He therefore urged the beneficiaries of the training never to relent in widening their understanding of the Quran, as the Quran only teaches peace, tolerance, and oneness. The madrasas, according to the Mudir of the Talented Islamic Institute and Vice President of the Gambia Islamic Union, Sheikh Sidi Sisse, has recently seen remarkable developments, with the Gambia government immensely contributing to its development, unlike the past. This, he said, has helped strengthen the madrasas in terms of development in curriculum and teacher professionalism, thus describing the training as timely and crucial in the realization of their goals. Sheikh Sidi Sisse commended the president for being the first to award millions to Islamic scholars, which he said will go down in history, and the Ministry for Basic and Secondary Education for its immense support to the madrasas. Sheikh Sidi also commended the organizers, coordinators, and participants for a successful conduct of the training, which he said was very successful. Other speakers at the gathering included Al-Haji Abdul Kaysar, Omar Jami from Amana, and Keba Ture from the Carnifin Municipal Council, who all buttressed on the need for scholars to be well prepared and always make best use of the times allocated to them for their various subjects in the school system. Aissatou Badiansar, Grts.
The World Islamic Call Gambia office has scaled up efforts at deepening Islamic teachers' knowledge of the Arabic language. The latest initiative took the form of a training program for teachers drawn from different parts of the country. Famarakani reports.
In Libya, the World Islamic Call Society continues to make a huge impact in enhancing communal capacity and Islamic education around the country. As a charitable organization, the body has effectively driven far-reaching programs, bringing humanitarian support to many communities for the past years. It's either the building of a mosque or a scheme providing a school, but WICS, as it is called, is always involved in some benevolent initiatives. And so speaker after speaker hailed the organization for its magnificent character and the vital organization works it continues to conduct on a massive scale. The training is relevant and timely, according to Chairman Dabo, the representative of the Arabic schools in the country. Dabo lauded World Islamic Call Society for greatly complementing government's efforts. Ibrahim Asano of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said Banjul and Tripoli have forever enjoyed enduring ties, whilst praying that the affiliation is fortified for the benefit of both countries. WICS Country Director Nazir Tagasi thanked participants for successfully completing the training and urged them to make best use of the knowledge gained. Even as he returned gratitude to his Libyan brothers for providing the funds, the country boss reiterated his organization's commitment to the advancement of worthy causes. The handing of certificates to every participant capped the occasion, which attracted a host of government and foreign dignitaries. From Arakani, Grts News.
Kenyan law enforcement officers step up efforts to dislodge terrorists holding hostages from a popular Nairobi shopping mall, and Iran's new president prepares to share the General Assembly Hall with fellow world leaders like President Barack Obama. That's news beyond our borders when we return after this break. Welcome back. Thick smoke billowing from the Nairobi West Gate shopping mall continues to characterize latest developments at the center attacked by 15 gunmen from the Al-Shabaab terror group. The government says it's in control of all floors in the massive building under siege. Over 10 hostages could still be hauled up inside in what is rather sketchy estimate. It's not clear how many are being held or how many of the attackers are still in the mall. The Somali terror group Al-Shabaab has of course claimed responsibility for the attack, which began on Saturday. CNN's Nick Robertson takes an in-depth look at the growing terror network and events which helped to trigger the siege.
Inside Somalia, Al-Shabaab fighters attack Kenyan troops. Known by their full name, Harakat al-Shabaab al-Mujahideen, the al-Qaeda allied jihadists want control of Somalia. In the Shabaab propaganda video, a wounded Kenyan soldier is captured. He is one of 4,000 Kenyan troops deployed to Somalia in 2011 to counter al-Shabaab incursions into Kenya. CNN cannot independently verify this video, but it is one of many in recent years that depict Shabaab's Somali battles. At their peak a few years ago, they controlled parts of the capital, Mogadishu. But not anymore. Today, a multinational African force of about 15,000 soldiers, including the Kenyans, controls the capital after al-Shabaab was forced out. Now they loosely control swaths of southern Somalia all the way to the Kenyan border and vow attacks inside Kenya. Al-Shabaab's Kenyan ally, the Muslim Youth Center, known as MYC, echoes Shabaab's threats.
Raise your sword against the enemy that is closest to you. Jihad should now be waged inside Kenya, which is legally a war zone.
And it's not an idle threat. MYC actively recruits young Kenyans to fight for al-Shabaab. This mother's son, she says, radicalized in a Kenyan mosque.
Somalia, that's not his war. I don't even know why they are fighting, so why should he leave here and go fight in something he doesn't even understand?
Perhaps Shabaab's most well-recognized recruit is this man, an American, Omar Shafiq Hamami from Alabama, known by his nom de guerre, Abu Mansour al-Amriki.
So the only reason we're staying here, away from our families, away from the cities, away from, ice, candy bars, all these other things, is because we're waiting to meet with the enemy.
Hamami was killed recently in infighting, but as al-Shabaab boasts, it has plenty of other American recruits.
In this first episode of The Path to Paradise, we will look at the lives of some of the young Muslim men who've traded the comforts of their lives in the United States for the battlefields of jihad.
Like the American suicide bomber who blew himself up in an al-Shabaab attack on Mogadishu airport.
Meanwhile, the terrifying siege continues with reports of heavy gunfire emanating from the Westgate Mall. Dramatic scenes unfolding there with gun blasts making crowds run for safety. More casualties have been confirmed as rescue reports continue. Here's more.
Was close. It's unclear exactly where it's coming from. There are multiple sources here on the ground that are saying it's coming from inside the building, and there's a heavy exchange of gunfire. It was sporadic but heavy enough to send everyone running for cover behind the ambulances. So the scene here at the Emergency Response and Recovery at the Sri Vista Oswal Community Center, which is just across from Westgate, about 5 minutes or so, is one of real tension. Everybody, most people now are still crouched down behind the cars. We don't hear any more bursts of gunfire. The smoke was rising a moment ago. In my position, I can't see if it still is. It's unclear exactly what caused that. The government in the press conference said it was the terrorists using mattresses to create some kind of a diversion in Nakumat, which is the major grocery store on the ground floor of Westgate Mall. So that's the situation here right now. Just a lot of tension. The government says that they have the situation under control, but there is still an exchange of gunfire and heavy security. No one is allowed in or out that area.
They've said now for some hours, in fact since yesterday, that they would imminently be ending this. It doesn't sound like it so far, though.
It doesn't, and there's a question mark for many people that I've spoken to about whether it's over. It's not over until it's over, and we're still hearing a lot of violent exchanges of gunfire. There are questions, too, whether any of the gunmen or gunwomen, as some of the conversation goes, have been able to leave that mall and are on the loose in Nairobi or have gone away. It's just unclear. But there is a lot of discussion about that. The government, for its part, is saying that most of the hostages have been evacuated.